let me go straight to the questions we have for you today. The state government says it will later this month mark the
Sado, as it were. 2029 has come to be known as a democracy digest. So it was on that day His Excellency was sworn in together with other governors. We found it very useful to use that date to celebrate the modest achievements of this government. And it's a time that this government uses to rally Abians, rally the people behind the government by way of telling them what actually the government is doing. Even though we do this on a regular basis, it turns out a very special season for government to do so and to connect with the people, as it were. So this year, 3 years after, quite a lot has happened in the state, and we believe that this is time to tell Abians how far we've come in the past 12 months. That's believing that when we thought to, we celebrated the new government. Now it's 3 years, it's going to be 3 years down the line, and we're going to see our drums to make noise. Rather, what the government will do will be to use the opportunity to still affect the lives of Abians by flagging off new projects, as well as commissioning already completed projects. So government has a long list of projects to flag off during the period, and another long list of completed projects. But altogether, it will be a season of joy for Abians, because it will be a time to do some stock taking. So this is what this government has been able to do, since inception, and for the past 12 months, since the last time we came out to celebrate the institution of the new government. So that's what that celebration is all about.
sir.
We also noted, Honorable Commissioner, from the EXCO yesterday that new appointments have been made into the administration of the state. Could you tell us more about this? Who and which institutions are involved?
Okay. His Excellency has approved the appointment of Professor Nneka Chioma Okoronkwo as the new Chief Medical Director of Abia State University Hospital. That's absent. As well as Dr. Nkiru Chidiamaduekwe as the project coordinator of NewMap. Because NewMap is under the supervision of the Ministry of Environment. These are two key appointments of professionals to come and head these two very important institutions in government. So they'll be sworn in on Thursday at the banquet hall of Government House.
That's all right, sir. Congratulations to them. Big news too, as the state is among the 6 states in the federation to benefit from a $700 million World Bank funded water and sanitation initiative. Please, sir, can we learn more about this feat and how it will impact on Abians?
Okay. SOWAS is a World Bank sponsored program. Is a sustainable urban and rural water supply, sanitation, and hygiene project. That's what SOWAS stands for. It is meant to provide water, for underserved areas of country. This time around, 6 states were selected, plus the FCT, and Abia State happens to be one of the states that was selected. The fund is meant to be used to provide water and toilet facilities in areas where you don't have this. I know quite a lot of places in Nigeria understand in this regard. So it's a great thing that we're part of this. And of course, before now, you know what, I'm sure you are aware that our Ministry of Power and Public Utilities have been engaging in the provision of water services as well as toilet facilities in some of our public spaces. So this is just something to even encourage the government to do some more and to spread it across more areas of the state.
All right, the Commissioner, we gather that the Ohafia Water Restoration Project has reached 85% completion. Can you give us more insights on
Okay,
this?
it's not water, it's power.
It's
Power
power.
project.
Yes, power project. You know, for had light, they were more or less like disconnected from the national grid. And His Excellency used them sometime last year to restore power to that area of the state. And quite a lot of work has gone on in that regard. They reached about 85% completion rate. And if what my colleague, the Honorable Commissioner for Power Public Utilities said is anything to go by, then between now and the end of second quarter of this year, power will be fully restored in Ohafia.
Very interesting.
All right, so let me ask another question. Honorable Commissioner, we know that Harvest State is the arrangement with taking over power from AEDC in terms of Omar and firms of those completed. What is the update on that? Because we want to be enjoying what the Arkansas journey in Aba. I was in Aba over the weekend. There was no issue of light has gone off.
That's from that end,
Yeah.
from the end of geometry.
Yes.
They are saying arrangement with AEDC.
We had of an initiative that will also give us regular lights in normal and environment.
Maybe if you want me to keep talking about it until it happens.
Commissioner, we're anxious.
Yes, everybody is anxious. What's going on is the ring fest communities or local government areas up here will soon start enjoying like about 8 of them. 9 down south enjoying power from geometrics. The other 8 are situated here in Abia Central and Abia North. Quite a lot of work has been done in that regard. There have been negotiations going on for a long while. The state government is acquiring, some stake in EEDs to the tune of about 60%, which is quite huge. What that means, that will translate to a whole lot of control of that power facility when all the I's are dotted and T's crossed. So that is what has been going on all these months. So I believe that sooner than later they will conclude the negotiations and all the necessary agreements will be signed. Once are signed, I want to say that the people out there, in these 8 local governments will be poised to enjoy power, uninterrupted power. But before then, His Excellency, in his wisdom, has gone ahead to provide grid power in some of these areas in the 8 first LGAs of the state. So it's just a question of time, and they'll start enjoying power, uninterrupted power. The Ohafia matter was just taken up that way because of how they cried over time. But at the end of the day, to be an integrated approach to providing light for the whole of the 8 first areas. And we believe that when it's done, when the agreement is done, this state will even be in a position to wield power to surrounding states and communities.
So, at what stage is the completion of the Umai Habas terminal? A lot of questions have been coming on that.
The Aba terminal, I'll say, is at about 20%. 20%. I don't think it has gone up to 30%. On the other hand, the Umahia Central Bus Terminal is at about 98% completion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sooner than later, the facility will be commissioned. All they are doing now is just to put up finishing touches. Quite a lot of work has gone on there, and a lot of test runs have been activated there. It's a huge facility, And there are so many aspects to that facility. So everything is being tested. Was went to a formal, commissioning ceremony, which will happen very soon. So if you go out there now, you see a lot of groups, people buying around, trying to put everything together, all the facilities in the main building, and all the supporting infrastructure like the charging stations for the buses, alternative power supply, everything is in place. And there's going to be a very huge facility where you have shops, where there's fast food, coffee shops, band, everything. So it will be a one-stop shop. You don't walk in there and do whatever you want to do and go your way. So you can stay there and eat, transact business, and now board a bus and go your way. So it's going to be a huge one for Ambiance, and it's going to be a huge experience. When we rolled out the new buses, a lot of people were so enthused, including the man interviewing me.
Exactly.
I know from information, it took some rides from Umuahia to Aba and
Yes,
back.
to enjoy this.
Now, by the time that terminal is commissioned, I hope he doesn't go there to rest.
I even wanted to ask if someone, because the way you're explaining it, it
Yeah.
sounds like a good
More of
place for
a-
sightseeing.
Yes,
Yeah.
and the tourists are.
And
Exactly.
a lot of people, because no such facility has been built around here. A lot of people will just go there just for that.
I even wanted to ask if someone can actually walk in there now.
They are not,
Take a
they-
look.
depending on who you are, they may not restrict you. If you are coming maybe to ask questions, maybe a reporter or something, maybe. But I know at some point I'll conduct a facility tour before the formal commissioning ceremony. I take the media there, will look around, let them appreciate it. So the media can actually move around the facility before formal handover and commissioning. Yes. But I can tell Adian that the facility is at about 98% completion, almost done.
It's already one of our programs. I think last week someone was talking about a link that has to do with employment of people to work there.
Yeah.
So I wanted to verify if it's true since we're talking.
Yeah, the issue of employment is actually in the domain of the service providers.
Okay.
You know what government did was to hand over the facility to someone else to run while we supervise. And what was that doing? Government can be seen doing everything at the same time. Government is not actually cut out to do such things. So that's why sometimes we hear His Excellency say that government has no business in business. But at the same time, government has a business in business. Where they just to regulate, the business environment and ensure that any group of people who are coming here to do business will keep to our own standards and codes of operation. So for this, we are not experts in running such a business. So government has brought in some service providers who are experts to do that while we supervise and set the standards of operations. So those people are the people now who organize that, to employ some people who will help them run the facility. But of course, a lot of a greater percentage of those workers must come from.
Okay.
Yeah, that's part of the standards we set for people who come here to do business. Unless you don't have Abians who have the requisite skills or experience, you can get people outside. But so long as their jobs or Abians can do, you consider them too. Because even though, let me not sound a bit contradictory, even though everything is done on merit, right? But you have to find people from here too. Yeah. The only this thing is that when you advertise these things on the social media, they go very far. Sometimes we get people applying from outside the country for jobs, but you know what will stop them. When you look at the physical distance, they have to travel to come and do those jobs, and maybe they do a cost-benefit analysis of what they're getting at the end of the day. So they may not come. So what happens? Abians who are resident here too, what I'm saying, will eventually take up those jobs because
All right, sir. I think we need to open the line for our listener to call in.
Yes, actually, someone had sent in this just just as soon as we started. He sent in his message. He says, my own brother, we are very proud of the way you were discharging your official duties. My name is Pastor S.O. Onyema from Okwa East. Sir, may I inform you that the portion of Obehe Road, precisely Oza Central School area, is now impassable, and Akwaiti Boboya is a death trap. Number two, sir, why is it that Okwa East and West are not in Greater Aba Development Authority? That is Pastor S.O. Onyema from Okwa East.
The pastor
S.O. Onyema
is Onyema.
from Okwa East.
Okay. And the question is why are the two local governments
Not
East and West?
included in the Greater Aba Development
And
Authority.
the other one is say
To
something about
inform
road.
you that the portion of Obehe Road, precisely Oza Central School area, is now impassable, and Akwaiti Boya is a death trap.
Okay, thank you, Pastor Eso Onyema, and thank you for your comments. And let me say that Greater Aba Development Authority is not restricted to Aba. It is restricted to all the areas. We have 3 development areas in the state, and literally every other community that falls in within those 3 communities, those development areas will be counted as part of the development area. For instance, it's like Goda. Goda is a Greater Mafia Development Authority. It covers all, every other part in the northern part of the state. That you say is on Hafia, it does not restrict it to Hafia. You have they are doing projects in Omonochi, they are doing projects in Isukwato. Ditto for Umuahia, where you have a greater, you have Umuahia Development, what is it called? UCDA. Umuahia Capital Development Authority. Yes. The focus may be on the city here, the city center, the urban area, but then their job extends.
So even equal.
Yes, to other parts of this
Umuahia North, Umuahia South,
yeah. So ditto for Ghana. Ghana, yes, the emphasis could be Aba, but then they cover every part around that area, east, west, Aba. For instance, the water that channeling out of Aba passes through somewhere in Ugunabo. And Ugunabo, one can argue is not within Aba, and yet it is part of that Ghana. So, Pastor Jema, every other community in Abia State belongs to one of the 3 development authorities, either Ghana, Goda, or UCDA. Yes. Then for the road you described, is a federal road. And I want to say that sometime in 2024, His Excellency Dr. Lex Odi asked his deputy to represent him at the flag off ceremony of that road. And he graciously added me to that entourage or delegation to go with the deputy governor. So we're there at the commissioning ceremony, and the MD of NDDC was there. The member representing Okwa East and West Federal Constituency, Chief Chris Okwanta, was there. And then the gentleman, I think Chief Yoruba, who represents the state on the board of NDDC, was there. Everybody was there. And that road was flagged up with a lot of pomp and bigotry. Surprisingly, 2 years plus and counting, nothing has happened there. So I think the NDDC will be in a better position to respond to this question. But having said that, I know that His Excellency has a policy to in the state that any road that Abians pass through or drive through, if it gets too bad, Abians may have to step in. Now, how do you step in? It will take some process of going to the federal government to obtain some approvals so that the state government can work on their roads. That takes a lot of time. But I know that His Excellency has engaged the MD of NDDC sometime. He engaged him, to the best of my knowledge, if my memory serves me, about 6 months ago. I wouldn't know what came out of that engagement, but I think the onus lies on the management of NDDC, the member representing over East and West Federal Constituency, and the man representing Abia State on the board of NDDC. They have a lot of questions to answer with regards to the state of the highway, other than Abia State government. But I can assure you that if God, His Excellency, as usual, because Abians pass through the highway. Thank you.
All right.
Honorable Commissioner, good morning, sir.
Good
Good
morning
morning.
and welcome.
Auntie Chimezie, good morning, ma'am.
Deo.
No.
Yeah, Chinela, good morning.
Aha m bụ Chiemela Blọọmụd, onye nwere nche letọrọ m osusu. Honorable Commission, biko ọ dị ha nchọrọ ịrịọtụrụ from studio ebe a. Ọ bụ na m gbasara airport land a, airport land a na-ebe ka. Oge a ma m bịara bịa beka dị pichọ ndị niile nwere ala na ndị nwere cross n'ime ọrụ ha. Wepụta dị pichọ over 2 months ago now, maybe very like that. After my all of us are going to get account number and the area of our information. By nature, has to mind about the hand. Now, what are these one you want? Or they also tell the man, I wonder how many villages I get for that to do. Who more than soup? Who more soup? They got who more soup? They don't let me. I don't want to do.
Mba, biko, Chiemela, make it brief. Thank you. Okay. Okay. The Honorable Commissioner will attend to you. All right.
Okay, Chemela Blockwood, I'm happy you said that. They've started paying you. Maybe they're paying to all the people involved. There are thousands of people involved, and I don't think government will, affect all the payments in one day. And I'm happy that taking them community by community. What will count most at the end of the day is the fact that everybody who is involved or who is affected by this project will be compensated. So keep your fingers crossed and wait and see how the process plays out. I'm sure nobody will be left behind. Nobody will be left unpaid. This is a responsible government that pays compensations where it is meant to be paid. Thank you very much.
We got another message. I so much thank God Almighty for giving us this government of Dr. Alice Chioma Oti, Chioma Ndiabia. I am Day Sam and I'm in Okotomoya. I greet you, Honorable Commissioner, for information, for your good works. Just like the flag flying. Sir, your immediate attention and intervention is badly needed at Uba Community Primary School 1 along Bengde Road, just before Orioba Market. This primary school has no
Uba
Community Primary School 1.
At Bengde Road.
Yes, just before Orioba Market.
Okay.
The primary school has no toilet facilities. Our children there urinate and defecate indiscriminately behind their classrooms.
Okay. I think yes. Where's this issue?
Before, yes.
I'll find out what happened. I will escalate it again.
All right, we have another caller.
They cancel this point. School. So
Good
the
morning.
government cancel.
Okay. Okay.
provision of toilet facilities.
Local government can do that.
Good morning and welcome. What's the name?
Well, Mr. Chijoke
Okay.
from Bedford.
Okay.
Well, Honorable Commissioner, I want to say good morning to you, sir.
How are you?
We thank God. I greet all the guests, all the presenters in the studio. Good morning to you all.
Good morning.
Honorable Commissioner, you know I'm from Itukwasa, Iloma precisely, and I want to confirm to you that I am calling on this program to thank you and also thank the government for making sure that that road from Nonya to Deloma and Oboro has been completed 2 weeks ago. So I think it's a welcome development for the people of the Tukwasa and Deloma, Nonya, Oboro precisely. So you see, the reason why I keep on thanking this government is that this is a project that most of the past governments they see as a gigantic project that they cannot do. But Governor Lesotho have come without wasting time and finish it.
Okay.
Talking about Aja Road
You might need to wrap up, or you are doing almost 2 minutes.
Yes, my sister.
Please.
It's a testimony that I'm giving, so you have to give me that.
No, please. Others are on the queue.
So I am thanking the governor, and I want to continue to believe in this government. Anywhere you have a challenge, take out. Don't close your mouth, because as a country cannot be in Omaya or in Abbas, you know every other local government. Because if you have any challenge, governor is a listening
Thank
governor.
you.
And I believe we are moving forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chijoke, for your kindness and your comments. Thank you.
Hello, good morning. You're welcome. Aha, go again. What's why I had it?
Your name.
Aha, go again. Aha, go again. Chimezeka. Okay, thank you.
What did you get that road?
Amuvi Arochukwu Road. Chimezeka.
That road is under construction.
It's not it's really under construction.
Okay, while we get
Yeah.
that, let's take the next caller. Good morning. We got you. Good morning. You're welcome. What's the name? Please step away from your radio.
Hello?
When you to radio again. Okay.
No, Madam Oyo. I the bomba.
Okay, thank you,
I'm going to
Jimenez.
see here.
Mm,
I'm going to same place from with Chimela Blockboard.
okay. Okay, what we're doing, waiting for other calls. We still have another caller. Another SMS here too. It says, good morning, Honorable Commissioner. I want to thank you for keeping us abreast with the developments in the government. I want to also inform you, sir, that Obuohia Okike Community Primary School has only but 2 teachers and the headmistress of the school. And this is one of the things that I have been complaining about since last term. Until this 3rd term, nothing has been done about it. Please, sir, I beg you to use your good offices to help us by posting more teachers to the school in order to enhance effective teaching and learning, and also to actualize the vision of our performing governor in the
What do you call
education
the school? Oh
sector.
boy, what school?
Obuohia Okike Community Primary School. Obuohia Okike Community Primary School.
I think I made a report on this school.
Okay. His name is Mr. Ntubisi from Obuohia Okike. Good morning. There, Mr. Boadi. Odema.
Hello? This man says who?
Dede Chiadi.
English contrato non grande, cosa? One black right, one boot, one barrel, one boot.
No, I'm not going to. Where the road?
Which road? Kesikwa road dị ihe ahụ. Dede Chiadi. Okay. Ebe n'obodo dị ha. Ka obodo dị ha. Amachi. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Makoga Ayagala. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Dede Chiadi. Thank you for your kind words. But they keep talking about the same thing. You're talking about the road there, right? And the issue of stolen wires. Well, this is an opportunity to ask communities to try as much as possible to take ownership of projects that government sites in their place. We must have our own ways of using local vigilante to guide and guard our facilities that government provide for us. Most times, our own sons and daughters are the people that remove these facilities. Why not trying to abdicate from its duties? Government will encourage every community to devise their own ways of taking ownership of projects that are cited in their communities while we do ours. With regards to the road, I'll ask questions. I'm not familiar with that road. It's Amoje Abai.
To Clifford University.
Okay, I'll ask questions and see. That place should be in Eastern and West, not south.
The Clifford University. It's around one north. Yeah,
Not.
So that's our time is up. Honorable Commissioner. More people are trying to call them on the cigarettes who can take. We'll just
You can
push to next week. The that time for please that.
Okay.
Yeah. Honorable Commissioner, your parting words. So that answer transfer,
My parting words to them is to thank them for their continued support for this government, and I want to enjoy them to continue to pray for the government. And this government is their government. I will always work for them. Thank you.
It's all right. Sorry for all those trying to call in. We'll open the line early enough next edition next today so that we'll have more time for our listeners. Don't worry, we'll just talk a bit and then open the line so that you can reach across to the Honorable Commissioner. It's been a pleasure having you, Honorable Commissioner.
Thank you very much, Francis. Thank you, our listeners. And Chinese,
You're welcome.
thank you. Even though they want to thank you, let me thank you.
Right, on behalf of those in the studio, right?
Yes.
I'm Francis Mukani saying keep it David until next week. Bye for now.
Bye.
They're still calling.
You're still calling.
You calling, eh?
You're still calling.